it's really helpful for the neurodivergent employee to engage with managers, to engage in the process of talking, where appropriate, openly about difficulties they're having. Now, this doesn't have to refer to their diagnosis or neurodivergence, but talking openly and being forthcoming about issues they might have with sensory issues, about managing their time and those sorts of matters. Things that happen probably as a matter of routine practice.
I don't like the term disclosure around disability. It's one of my bugbears. You disclose a criminal record, you disclose you've got a fixed penalty ticket. I think the word advise is what we like to hear. You are advising the force that you need some additional help or support, and I think that's the word we should use.
There's the fear of judgment. There's the fear that sometimes, which is founded when you tell somebody, oh, I'm autistic, I was diagnosed as autistic, their reaction towards you changes. So they suddenly believe that you're less able to do something just because you've told them you're autistic. Whereas actually I'm exactly the same person, doing exactly the same thing. I've not lost an ability to do anything that I could do before based on a piece of paper. So there is a massive fear of judgment, and it's not easy to tell a lot of people. It took me a long time to tell my parents.
I didn't disclose my dyslexia because I was ashamed of the condition. And also I thought they'll treat me differently. I didn't want to stick out like a sore thumb with my blue glasses and my tinted, it's just like you don't want people to know. You want to keep it to yourself.
I think the people that interviewed me were aware. I don't know. I was quite happy with that because I find it's better to be upfront. Partly because, actually from my own view, I will still be anxious, but I'll be less anxious if I've been open about it, because part of the anxiety is there's this thing that I've not said anything about.
I find that honesty is the best policy. Having communication and talking about it and telling them my experiences helps an awful lot.
The first thing you need to do when you've been diagnosed is to go and have a full and frank discussion with your line manager to say, this is what's happening. This is what I'll be like on a good day. This is what I'll be like on a bad day.
Being able to have those honest conversations, if there is something that I don't feel I'll feel able to do, I'll be comfortable to say that. Whereas, I think it's quite sort of corrosive to you to try and sort of constantly be the person that you're not. And then, of course, if the mask does slip, then that leads to all sorts of complications further on down the line, doesn't it?
People don't like labels, but hey, a lot of things we have in this world are labelled. And if I'm going to be labelled as a dyslexic person, so be it. And if that's what's going to help me to thrive for my career or in the workplace or wherever I need to be, then so be it. Because I cannot hide anymore.